verse 5, Ulladhu Naarpadhu, 40 verses on reality given to us by Ramana Bhagavan. உடல் பஞ்சகோஷ உரு அதனால் ஐந்து உடலென்னும் சொல்லில் ஒடுங்கும் உடலன்றி உண்டோ உலகு உடல் விட்டு உலகத்தைக் கண்டார் உளரோ களறு. He is talking about the body. Advaita Vedanta looks at the human body as made of 5 layers. Any individual is made of 5 layers. The first layer is the body. This is called Annamaya Kosha, sheath. The sheath of the body. The first layer is the body. The second layer is the breath, which keeps this body alive. So the second layer or sheath is the breath. The third layer is called manas, or in English it is the mind. Of course, in English the mind usually signifies various things, but in Advaita Vedanta they are very clear about it. Manas is that faculty in us which cannot take decisions, which oscillates, which houses likes and dislikes. That is what is called the mind. The fourth sheath is the determinative faculty which takes decisions after analysis of things. That is the intellect. Vijnanamaya Kosha, they say. And the final sheath is the sheath of the bliss, or it is also called the causal body. That is the state in which we are there in our deep sleep. In deep sleep, there is no experience of our body or mind or the senses, but we are in a state of happiness. That is why after waking up from sleep, we say, "Oh, I slept happily, I had sound sleep," and all that. Although the mind subsides in that state, after waking up we do not become enlightened. That is not the case. Because what is usually said is that in order for us to get jnanam or enlightenment, the mind has to subside. It has to go and settle in the source, Atman. Of course, it does in the night. It does not function. But we do not get enlightened after waking up. That is because the seeds of our vasanas, our memories are kept intact. They are put in a suitcase nicely and neatly and kept it. The moment we wake up, all the stuff comes out. So he says, Udal Panjakosha Uru. The body is nothing but a form made up of all these 5 sheaths. Adanal Aindu Udalennum Sollil Odungum. So if you just utter the word body, it means it contains all the 5 sheaths that we described now. Udal Vittu I'll repeat. உடல் பஞ்சகோஷ உரு அதனால் ஐந்து உடலென்னும் சொல்லில் ஒடுங்கும் உடலன்றி உண்டோ உலகு உடல் விட்டு உலகத்தை கண்டார் உளரோ களறு. So, since we experience the whole world through the 5 senses, he says, can there be a world, outside world, without the body? Because without the body you cannot experience the outside world. Udalandri undo ulagu, udal vittu ulagathai kandar ularo kalaru. Can you point to someone who has experienced this world and the universe in the absence of the body? So this simply talks about, this is the medium. This body is the medium through which we experience the whole world. The body, of course, has got 5 holes. The 5 senses: eyes, nose, tongue, taste and touch. It is through these 5 senses that we experience the world. So if the body itself is removed, or if the body falls dead, it's obvious there is no question of experiencing the world at all. See, this song simply talks about the birth of the ego. There is another song which is related to this song. In this Ulladhu Naarpadhu itself, he says, Ahandai undayin anaithum undagum, Ahandai inrel indru anaithum. As we saw earlier, this is Brahman. Assuming this is the highest goal, Brahman. That's our true nature. Okay? From Brahman, which is formless, infinite, from this ego arises. This is ego. Once this ego arises, body arises. Because body arises, the world arises. Because the world arises, the universe arises. So he says, Ahandai undayin anaithum undagum. If ego arises, everything arises. Everything arises. Ahandai inrel indru anaithum means if this is removed, this is also removed. That's all. As simple as that. As simple as that. Or as, is it easy? It is simple, but easy or not depends on your and my pakvam. What is called maturity level, the mumukshitvam level, the desire to realize our true nature. It all depends on that. So in a way, Dr. Edward D. Bono, the propounder of lateral thinking, said, if you understand a system, you can make use of it. You can manipulate it, he said. So, understanding the system is that the sun arises in the east. For me in India. For you in America, it should be the same. Or in Japan, or in Dubai, it should be the same. Understanding the system. Nobody says, oh, in my town the sun arises in the west. So understanding the system means understanding things as they are. In a way, why are we studying all this? What the gurus have said, what rishis have said, what Ramana Maharshi has said. Why are we studying? In order to first gain a clear understanding, a doubtless understanding of what is what. Right. Then, after you think about it continuously, what is called mananam, it becomes an experiential reality. That is very important. End of the day, just theory is not going to help us. Just intellectual understanding is not going to help us. We need to convert it into sakshatkaram. What is called sakshatkaram? Experiential realization of the truth. That is a very important. Sri Shankara also wrote Aparoksha Anubhuti. It is direct experience. And we do gain it. Can everybody gain it? You spoke about system understanding. Tell me, does the system really permit everybody to realize his true nature? Yes. Is there anybody exempted? No. Is effort needed? Yes. Is study needed? Yes. No. And is desire to liberate ourselves from the from the cycle of birth and death needed? Yes. Shastra talks about mumukshutvam, an intense desire to liberate ourselves from this cycle of birth and death. What if you are already enamored of this physical universe? Your sweet will, you can go on being born again, you can enjoy your life whichever way you want, but the system says all the things in the universe, the entire universe, if you owned, even if you owned the entire universe, all the things in the universe, and you controlled all the human beings in the universe, you will still not be satisfied. Because satisfaction is there in self-realization, our true nature. Because after the ego is born, we are reduced to partial nature, fragmented nature. We will not be satisfied with it. If you are a student, if I asked you, would you be satisfied with 100 marks or 99? You would say 100. Why go for 1 mark less? The same way, self-realization is the ultimate goal. Why is this entire universe created? Just in order to make you realize that it is not you. You have got nothing to do with it. You are fundamentally Brahman. You are Brahman. And on your shoulder rests the entire universe. So the body is important, but we are not the body. Body is an appearance. that has been created because of the power of Maya. And the power of Maya belongs to whom? Atma. And on which rests this entire universe, and inside the universe, your body and my body is a tiny dot. So we cannot treat a tiny dot in this order as me. There is something else beneath. Here only, not very far. Through vicharam, through self-enquiry, by inquiring where is this ego arising from, which is the birthplace of this I thought, this ego. Every time a thought arises, Bhagavan wants us to inquire which is the birthplace of this I thought. Then it will go and merge. It will go and merge in the source. Then realization takes place. That's all. Udal Panjakosha Uru. The body is made of 5 sheaths. Udal Panjakosha Uru. Adanal Aindu Udal Ennum Sollil Odungum. So naturally, if you say the body, you can imagine it includes all the 5 sheaths. The sheaths of the body, breath, mind, intellect, and the bliss sheath. That is the deep sleep state. Udalandri undo ulagu. Can there be the world without this body? Because unless the senses are there to experience the world, where is the question of the world? Udalandri undo ulagu udalvittu ulagathai kandar ularo kalaru. Is there anyone who has experienced the world or the universe without the body? So this verse gives us the perspective, a clear understanding. I am repeating because it's very important to understand the system as described by the rishis. Because otherwise, this path of jnanam is like a jungle where there are no stores, there are no stars. The skies are heavily laden with clouds. You cannot see the stars so that you can navigate yourself. Nothing. There is no road map. There is no light in the jungle. How will you navigate? You can navigate only with the help of a compass. And that compass is the words of Sri Ramana Maharshi, Shankara and other rishis. So we need to understand the system, then practice, then realize our true nature. Let us contemplate.